And we back. Hey man, let me tell y'all something, bro. Let me just tell y'all something, because I like y'all a little bit as my audience. And you know, ULL got kind of weird with the draft Illuminati film stuff, and you know, ULL, University of Louisiana Lafayette, they just go by the University of Louisiana right now. I'm gonna call them ULL. That's what their mama named them. That's what I'm gonna name them. ULL's been getting a little, you know, weird with the film and all that, but I just decided to, you know, do a little digging for y'all. We got some blurry stuff in there, so y'all just bear with me, because I really wanted to see what the business is with our left tackle that we drafted in the 7th round, Nathan Thomas, or Nate Thomas. And you know what I mean? I get that I can be a little, you know, optimistic. I can be a little bit positive, right? Even though the last few months I've been, you know, pessimist character. But let me tell y'all a little bit of something about Nate Thomas. Boy. Hey man, listen, let me talk to y'all, man. Nate Thomas is the embodiment of what day 3 draft is all about. You are a dude with some traits. Just a dude with some traits. For the duration of this film session, he'll be the left tackle. He'll be number 50. All right, so we can just use our context clues and find him on the film. A dude with some traits. Nate Thomas, okay? I got you on my Illuminati sheet here. He was 6'5", 332 pounds. Let's see, 10 and 3/4 inch hands, 33 and 3/4 inch arms, and an 83-inch wingspan. Damn. Let's talk about Nathan Turner for a second, because I didn't know what to expect from Nathan Turner. But watching this dude being a 7th round pick, I'm talking about getting off the football with some violence, some cool little hands, some pretty nice knee bend to say that he's 6'5". He's a driver of people. Like I said, man, pardon my grainy pixelation, man. Pray for me, man. He's a mover of people, and he has some pretty solid athleticism to him. I'm going to need somebody to explain why the hell people get drafted so late or just undrafted at all. I just got questions. Take a look at him on this play. Coming off the football here, boom, getting hands inside on the D end. Some pretty good knee bend right there. Hat's a little high, but don't worry about it. If you moving something, because I don't recommend you trying to move D tackles with your hat all high like that, but sometimes D tackles will let you do it. If they let you do it, then do it. But as long as his knee bend is fine, that's cool. And we can stop right. Yeah, he a little high right there. Bam, right there. That's some knee bend right there. That's football posturing right there. And man, we just see him moving people all up and down the line of scrimmage. Take a look at him at the top of the formation right here. He's the left tackle next to this grainy ass pixel right here.
Did you hear what I said?
This grainy ass pixel right here. But we're just gonna see him get movement, ladies and gentlemen. That's a common theme here. And you know, I think it's fair to ask yourself, well, Voch, is he only moving these kids because they're kids that line up and play against ULL? I mean, that might be fair, but we're talking about picks in the 7th round. We're talking about a dude that's 330 and 6'5". And I mean, look, just to be fair, which he is strong as hell. It's not like, you know, he's some little bitty character that's okay. Look, it's not like he's against British Columbia. He ain't Giovanni Manu or nothing like that. But he's out here with some solid work. Let me see. Does he have a bench press number on here? Don't have a bench press number on here, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. You know, look. Let me tell you something. What's way more important than bench pressing weights, and that's bench pressing people. And I see him bench pressing people on film, and that's all. Look at this movement that he's generating right here, coming off the ball. Bam! And Troy got a couple pros on their defense, so I'm not just gonna chalk it up to he just playing against bad competition. Like, he's moving like D1 players around, so it's fine. Take a look at him here versus the left tackle here. We showing, you know, just a little bit of solid movement, and with these feet, this will lead me to explain or just lead me to believe that maybe this is, you know, like a guard situation, right? You can just tell by his movement here, you know, doesn't have the lightest feet in the world. Feet are kind of clunky, a little lumbering. I wouldn't call him slow necessarily, because when he's working these angle blocks or these lateral blocks, or he's working to the second level, he moves pretty damn well. It's just that his pass sets can get a little funny looking. So I think that's where like a lot of his, you know, lack of looking athleticism come from. But you know what's really athletic? Take a look at him. You see my mouse right here coming off the football and moving somebody's son. The running back went exactly where that defender's body was. left tackle right here. Let's see what he does here. He has one of these plays. I'm gonna show y'all, man. It's a cool little angle block, but him right here anchoring, putting his foot in the ground, dropping his hips. Bam! Stop moving, bro. Stop moving, bro. Was it this play? Yeah. Look. So look, he was so athletic on this play, moving sideways, right? Like I said, I'm using athlete, in context of what this actual play is for me, right? Just seeing him work sideways, he overreached this kid, right? Like he was so athletic moving to his right. He overreached. He actually reached 2 gaps over on accident, right? Missed the dude totally, but then came back and block number 97 right there. Pretty good block. And we got one more, I believe. Let's see. Stop him right here. Boom. On the left side of the screen, number 50 right there. Just getting more movement in the run game. Yo, chat, and that's versus Minnesota. That's some pretty good competition right there. Chat, let me tell you something, man. I was impressed with Nate Thomas, but you do have to ask yourself, all right, where is this dude gonna fit? How does he fit? And is the new wave of young offensive linemen gonna push out the old wave, right? I'm gonna do a live stream at some point. And I know everybody don't necessarily watch all the live streams or whatever, but I think it was such a great idea for the Cowboys to, reinvent this offensive line and to bring in so many young players and let those dudes come in with the idea that we're about to compete with the old guard, right? So who's the young guys, right? Tyler Guyton, Cooper Beebe, that I'm super excited about. I might do 2 film sessions on him. Chat, I might do 2 film sessions on damn Cooper Beebe. One was Cooper Beebe versus Texas, and the next one going to be Cooper Beebe versus everybody else. And man, listen, if you're just watching along, following along, and not watching film, then you would assume that Nate Thomas is just going to be like, hey, we had an extra pick. You was up there on the board. We'll just draft you to just put you in the room. I don't think they just going to put Nate Thomas in the room. I think Nate Thomas is here to take somebody's job. You know what I mean? So we know that the new guard being Thomas, Guyton, and Beebe, man, these Josh Balls of the world, Willetskos of the world, you know what I'm saying? TJ Bass and Hoffman are young guys, but they in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So they got 10 days to get their life together before these young dudes show up. But these Chuma Adogas and these Awesome Richards, man, I love how the Cowboys aren't just resting on dudes that they have. The Cowboys love good mess, and they want active competition, okay? So if you have a swing dude in Chuma Adoga, then we're grooming a swing dude now. If you got an old swing dude that can't be Chuma Adoga like Ball and Willetsko, we're going to bring in, and look, in real life, Nathan Jones probably going to be a guard, but man, he got some good tackle tape, man. He got some pretty decent tackle tape. He's still rough around the edges, like with his feet and his movement, and he's another one of those throw my body into people guys, and he may end up off balance a little bit, but hey, he's looking TJ Bass in the face. He's looking TJ Bass in the face. So now if you TJ Bass, you might have to be like, hey, I'll play center just to make sure I got a job somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't gonna be. It's only so much room in this town for everybody, man. And what I think the sneaky conversation we all need to have as Cowboy Nation: how much longer Zach Martin got? That's a real life situation. Okay, that's a real life situation. How much time does Zach Martin have? And the last configuration of a great offensive line was Smith, Leary, Frederick, Martin, and Free. Okay. So what if your all pros are Tyler Smith? I think Cooper Beebe got some all pro in him. And let's just say Tyler Guyton reaches his full potential and he ends up being an all pro guy. You still need a Doug Free and you still need a Ron Leary. Terrance Steele ends up being your Doug Free, fine, cool. I can live in a world where he's a Doug Free. You ain't got to be elite. You just be a dude that's good and a cheap contract your whole life and we can rely on you, fine. But at the end of the day, who's going to be your Ron Leary? Your dude that had a ton of talent, that was big as hell, that was strong, and maybe didn't get drafted all that high, but he was just a reliable dude that just played guard for you for a couple of years. Y'all be careful. TJ Bass, be careful. Your next Zach Martin, not in a way of Nathan Thomas is going to be like all pro Hall of Fame Zach Martin, but just your next Zach Martin, like, hey, who going to play right guard when Zach Martin gone? If Nate Thomas ends up being a low-key surprising us, Ron Leary type of guy, that's your next right guard, man. I imagine wanted to let y'all know what the business was for a second. We'll be doing these on live streams as well, and I'll be dropping more film on undrafted free agent characters. And look, I'm not lying when I said I'm gonna double back on Cooper Beebe. I ain't lied to y'all not one time about that. We coming back to Cooper Beebe. He's the best pick we made in a long time. All right, y'all hold down for the dose of peace and weeds. Until next time, man. Love y'all. Salute. Peace.